Washington Post. So, Sean, let me start with you. What does the president see as the political benefit for him in a government shutdown?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, when you talk to most Republicans on Capitol Hill, Republican leaders in the Senate and the House, they do not want a shutdown. They don't want to face a shutdown. They don't want to have to explain to voters why, under their watch, as Republicans control all of the federal government, the government could be shutting down. But from Trump's perspective, at least based on some of the conversations he's had privately with some people, he sees this as a chance for, a showdown with Democrats, that he would blame them, the minority party, for this, and that it would show his base that he is not willing to back down on issues of immigration, on issues that are important to his base that have become sticking points in these negotiations. So he sees it potentially as a way to go to his political base and say, hey, I'm fighting with, I'm fighting for you. I'm not going to back down. Whether that results in a shutdown, well, that's up to the Democrats. And he thinks maybe potentially that's a fight that he can wage and one that he might be able to win.
Sabrina, if you are Mitch McConnell or Paul Ryan, what kind of position does that put you in?
Well, it certainly backs you somewhat into a corner, because you have the interests of the president on one side, and then the reality that you cannot fund the government, or keep it open for that matter, without the support of Democrats. In the House of Representatives, let's say Republicans pass along a party line vote, some sort of continuing resolution to keep the government funded that doesn't do what Democrats want, which is address the status of Dreamers, those DACA recipients who have been thrust into limbo when the president decided to rescind Obama's policy. In the Senate, you need Democratic support to overcome a filibuster. So I think that they're dealing with the political reality that they simply cannot negotiate without Democrats. And there's a distinction between this and the government shutdown of 2013 under Obama, when you did have a divided government. You had Republicans in control of the House, and then Democrats in control of the Senate and the White House. So there was more of a potential there to frame this as the fault of Republicans from the eyes of the White House. They were able to say that they were being intransigent. But here, as Sean mentioned, Republicans control all three branches of government. So Trump simply wouldn't be able to make the same argument that this is entirely something that rests on Democrats.